What's up guys, I am coming back at you with the third take of this deck profile. This is Herald of Perfection, as you can see, with a couple of fairy engines in here. So I'm not going to sort of just waste any time, I'm just going to get into it because, yeah, third time doing it. First of all, we have the Herald of Perfection, our lock of the deck. You just slap this in defense position and hope for the best. I'm lying, you don't actually hope for the best as long as you've got a bunch of fairies in hand. Then we've got the two Saphira, Queen of the Dragons, to just rip through a deck and to get us things from the graveyard. That's kind of it really for that. So that's the those are the only rituals we run. We don't run the Herald of Ultimateness because 12 levels from your hand and field is kind of a bit much, to be honest. Then we've got the 3 Manju for getting just what we need. If we've already got something in hand, then he's always useful to get the other card that we need to hand. Or if you don't have a level 6 for Herald, then you can just summon the Manju and then search your Saphira to dump off the Herald. So, yep. Then we run a Spirit Engine. So, first up is the 3 Nikotama. He puts a condition on the field so that you can normal summon twice with 2 spirits. And then when he's sent to the field, sent to the graveyard by any means, whilst you have a spirit on Whilst you have a spirit on the field, you can draw a card. So he's pretty useful. He's pretty good with Fairy Cheer Girl if you've got a spirit in the graveyard and a Yamato no Kami, and you can just summon out that and it's pot of greed essentially. Then you've got your sort of Stratos of the deck, the Aradhama. He searches out your spirits, just any of them. There's no restriction onto the level, which is actually really useful. So you usually go Nikotama, Aratama, search your Yamato no Kami, and then make a play. I usually go for a Rafflesia, so I go, Nikotama, Aratama, search something to use with Herald, summon the Herald, summon Rafflesia, and pass turn, which is really quite a solid sort of start to the turn. Then we've got starts the game. Then we got 2 Izanami. Just get stuff from the grave, kind of useful, don't really use it that often, but it's there. Then we've got 1 Azura Priest, because beating over stuff is really important still. Then we've got the Yaksha to bounce stuff, kind of good indeed. Then finally we've got the 2 Yamato no Kami, as I said earlier. Level 6 can be special summoned but from the hand by banishing a spirit, which is pretty good, and he can destroy a spell or trap if he's destroyed a monster by battle. Then we run a Star Seraph engine. We run the 3 Scepter, and then the 3 Sovereignty, just to get some plays off, and it digs us, I do believe, 4 cards into the deck, which is really quite good. So that's why that's in there. And then we have, for sort of some battle hand traps, we've got 2 Honest. Sorry about the gold rare one. I should be getting a ghost rare one in the next couple of weeks. Then we have the 2 YuGiOh, because it's good in time and it's also useful for just beating over things with just your standard monsters. And it's kind of good when you've got a Yamato no Kami on the field. So yeah, that's all of the monsters. I do believe that's 28 monsters there. Sort of the beefier sort of monster lineup. I think I probably cut down on that when Cyber Angels come out for the main standard Herald build, because there will still be a Herald build, but I'll probably be focusing more on the actual Cyber Angel build with Herald and Sephiroth and all that kind of jazz. We've got three pre-preparations of rights. The only problem with this card is that you're searching out Dawn of the Herald, and Dawn of the Herald requires exactly 6 levels to summon Herald of Perfection, which isn't very nice. So we've got the double Hymn of Light to summon the Sephira, and then the double Dawn of the Herald to summon Herald, funnily enough. Yeah, when you summon with Dawn of the Herald, you can actually banish to get back one of the cost to summon it, which is actually really quite nice. And then Hymn of Light protects your heralds and Sephiras by banishing itself when they would be destroyed by any means. Then for one-offs, we've just got the preparation of rites, and then the Raigeki, just standard stuff. And then I do run a couple of traps. I only run 3 traps. I run the double Solemn Strike and a bottomless trap hole because we run Rafflesia. So, yep. I'll go into the side deck just before going into the actual extra deck, just to show you what I'm currently working with. Because, yeah, it's kind of useful to know what to side with some of these decks. So I've got the standard sort of 2 Max C, 2 Artifact Lancia, because you do want to be banishing stuff. You do want to be able to summon your Martin Akamis. I might think of putting in the Iron Walls, but I don't know. I haven't really had much practice up against the Cosmo matchup enough to know. So I've got the 2 Mystical Space Typhoons because you do not want to be discarding from your hand. You really don't. There's not really much you actually want to be discarding except for not your Martin Akamis, except for Nikatamas, and that's about it really. Then you've got your Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. I've got 2 Call of the Haunted as blanks because I might side in. I think I might side in the Instant Fusions just for speeding stuff up, just in case I'm not too sure. So these are 2 blanks, and then we've got Vanities, Time Space for the Rafflesia, and then 2 Royal Decree. So yeah, as I was saying, I might take out the 1 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror and the 2 Artifact Lancia. One of the Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for a Norden. One of the Artifact Lancias for Iron Walls, and these for Instant Fusions. I think what I'm going to do actually. But yeah, apart from that, I think I'm alright. I've got plenty of effect negation, so effect veilers aren't really necessary. But yeah. Then for the extra deck, we have 2. Oh, that's too high. 2 Fairy Cheer Girl for drawing. You can do sort of a Pot of Greed combo with Fairy Cheer Girl and Nikatama, which is kind of cool. So yeah, and also it's a 1900 beta, which is still quite good. Then we've got a Masquerade for getting over those Cosmos and Monarchs as well, because Monarchs do sort of cause problems, so this is useful for getting over the smaller ones. And then you've got your Honest if you need to bump over the bigger ones. Then we've got Abyss Dweller, because Abyss Dweller is just really good against the BA matchup and Monarchs. Then you've got Starliege Paladynamo, because again it's just BA Monarchs, all that kind of thing. You know, it's good for stopping your Beatrices and all that kind of things. even though they can still chain to it, but yeah, if they chain to it, and let's bring that back, if they chain to it, you've already discarded the materials off of it, so yeah, they have to sort of chain to it summon rather than chaining to its effect, so because the effect will still go through, and it will change nothing about the card because it will come back exactly the way it is. Then you just got one Digusto Emerald. It's just recycling stuff, recycling your Star Seraphs, recycling your spirits. Then you got Castel because you just need to bounce stuff. There's stuff that you really just need to bounce. Then stuff you really need to absorb to not let them have back again. Steel Swarm Roach. I'm probably going to be taking this out for a Ptolemy M7 because I just feel that Ptolemy M7's better and just a bit more useful right now. Then Trap Tricks for Flesia for those two traps, the two trap holes. Evil Swarm Ouroboros. I will have a DT1 soon. But yep, for another Star Seraph target. Then I've got Dark Belly and XYZ Dragon. I took the Gagaga Samurai out for the Rafflesia, and because I just thought this was better, it would help you beat over bigger things, and yeah. So, yeah, then we've got the Stun-Knight Deltaros, because popping stuff, and your opponent won't be able to respond to your summons if you've got this out. Then I run just this, sort of just in case. I might take it out, I don't know. It's tested okay so far. And then one Utopia Beyond, which will be accompanied by the aforementioned Ptolemy M7, that's it. Ptolemy M7. So, I'm sorry this has been sort of quick and I might be quiet, I don't know. I'm standing further away from the microphone than usual. So, it might be a little bit weird, but I wanted to get this out because it was the third time I've tried to do this and my voice is dry and I am feeling quite a bit ill. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully I'll be able to get some game videos sorted out, but I don't know because my laptop has gone haywire and has decided to not properly connect to the internet, so I don't know whether I'm able to get new games, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to upload to YouTube, etc, etc. So you're going to have to excuse me guys on that, so I might be a little bit inactive and I probably sound a bit different now. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, I'll see you.